Hey guys, welcome to this 4th edition of My Hero Academia recap, where I explain something from the series in about 2 to 5 minutes. Now, as most of you know, I don't usually make comments on individual chapters, as I prefer to talk about arcs as a whole, rather than just one part of it. However, today Horikoshi did something that left me with virtually no other choice, as chapter 265 of the manga has changed the game, people. Now, for clarity, the full chapter hasn't come out yet, but what we do have is about 10 pages of untranslated spoilers that leaked. So when the official release comes out, there will be more to it. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you guys how you can read the official release on Sunday and how I typically read the manga as well. But with that said, let's dive straight into the spoilers. So starting with the main takeout from this thing, the reason why I'm making this video, we got this awesome spread of Hawks using his quirk against Twice to take down a bunch of clones, as the real Twice watches on with tears in his eyes, still visibly upset at the fact that Hawks betrayed him. On a side note, I'm kind of unsure how Hawks believed that he'd be able to take Twice to the police without needing to knock him out or even kill him. I mean, the guy has infinite doubles, he can activate it whenever he wants, so once again he's been underestimated. Now from the leaks, we then see that Dabi's blue flames engulf Hawks. Literally, Dabi comes out of nowhere, and in the center of his flames we can see Hawks' hair. And while Hawks is likely still alive at this point, it's highly likely that all of his feathers that he was just using to attack Twice have been eviscerated. That's my educated guess, as it makes sense that Dabi would do this. It's also possible that these flames burnt the remaining wings that were on Hawks' back as well. Because when we look at this panel again, just before he attacks Hawks barely has any wings left to begin with. This has strong parallels with the story of Icarus, who was a character in Greek mythology that used a pair of wax wings but flew too close to the sun, and his wings eventually melted away, where he then fell into the ocean and died. Now in Hawks' case, he metaphorically flew too close to the sun by getting in too deep with the Paranormal Liberation Front, and it seems that trying to take down Twice was just one step too far. Not only does it seem that his wings have now melted away, but Dabi then steps on his head and sets his leg on fire. I'll repeat that. Dabi puts his foot on Hawks' head and then he ignites his leg. Hawks doesn't have any fireproof powers, guys. He's not fireproof. So what Dabi's doing right now could be fatal. This could genuinely kill him. I know it would kill me if Hawks somehow manages to survive this encounter, and I really hope he does because he's one of my favorite characters. But if he survives, it's going to be a miracle. I'm hoping that he maybe has one feather that just didn't get burned up in the attack, and then potentially it takes out Dabi, but even if it does, Twice is still right there, and you're not going to defeat an army of Twice clones with one feather. So yeah, Hawks is really in an impossible situation right now. The only way I realistically see him making it out of this is if the heroes manage to get to him in time. And we did see that Tokiyami is in the mansion and did have a thought about Hawks, so perhaps they can reach him in time. But with that said, I mean, Hawks is seemingly being set on fire as we speak. Dabi is, I don't see how they're going to do it, to be honest. As I said, you guys know Hawks is one of my favorite characters, so I'm going to be genuinely inconsolable if he actually dies this next chapter. I do remember that Horikoshi said a while ago, and I can't remember where exactly this quote was from, but he did say that Hawks was specifically put in the story because he needed a certain character to fulfill a certain role, do a certain thing. So it's possible that when that thing that Horikoshi's talking about, when that was completed, then that character would they could die because they've served their purpose. I don't know if that's the case, but I mean, he did definitely say that. Anyway, enough doom and gloom. There were a few cool things that came out of these leaks. So we got to see Tamaki demonstrate some cool new animal abilities. So this time he has the legs of a horse and is galloping through the Paranormal Liberation Front mansion, and he also has these cool horns on his head. I love this guy because you never know what to expect from him. His quirk is truly like a jack of all trades type quirk. He can do anything. But the thing that really surprised me about this chapter, right, this took me out because I genuinely wasn't expecting this. Now, Tokiyami is obviously a very powerful student, and his quirk is OP, it's really strong, but I did not expect him to be able to take down re-destro, because for those of you that have read the My Villain Academia arc, which if you're watching this video I'm going to kind of assume you have, then the way re-destro is presented is very much as a boss level villain, right? Yes, Shigaraki was able to defeat him, but that's only because Shigaraki himself is basically the next All for One. But re-destro was so powerful, so the fact that a student at school was able to defeat him, this just shows how strong Dark Shadow truly is. So from these blurry images, it seems like Tokiyami and re-destro go head to head until re-destro's prosthetic leg gives way and then he's sent flying backwards. It would be interesting to see how the fight would have gone had re-destro not had his legs decayed by Shigaraki, but fair play to Tokiyami still. He can only beat what's in front of him, and he did beat re-destro, so fair play to him. But for the purposes of this recap, that's everything that I wanted to talk about from these pages. I think it's also worth noting that Sun Eater was throwing around pineapples for some reason. I guess he can manifest fruit as well. Or maybe he brought that along with him, I don't know. But yeah, the full official release of this chapter should come out on Sunday. And if you're interested in reading the manga, what I personally do is I subscribe to the Shonen Jump app for £2 a month. And if it's possible to get that depending on where you live, then I would recommend it. However, if it's not available where you live, then another thing that I've heard is good is Manga Plus. I've never used it myself, but I hear it's a substitute for the Shonen Jump app. So do be sure to check that out as well. What I typically do is read the spoilers when they come out, and then I'll read obviously the full official translation when that comes out as well. Because these spoilers I'm looking at, they're not even translated, bro, so I don't even know what they're saying. I'm just going off the images here. But yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on it, my quick reaction. I mean, I just can't believe what's happening with Hawks. I really hope he makes it out of this alive. I'm going to be really upset, guys. I'm going to be really upset if he dies. Oh, and by the way, I probably have a new list video coming out. I recorded it and everything. It's one of my... In fact, no, I think it's the favorite one I've done so far. But editing takes a long time, guys. So I'm hoping I'll get it out Saturday or Sunday. Turn on notifications so that you'll get notified when I post it, because I truly think it is my best one yet. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.